time, could we take action on the budget item and take the other policies and goals and move them to the 13th? Because we're at 11 p.m.
Does anybody have any objection to tabling everything except for the
Energy.
for the recommendation from the budget subcommittee? And the
Motion.
Marge, you're talking about numbers one. We're going to do personnel because it's part of the consent agenda.
Yes.
Do what number is the budget?
6.
Number 6. And I want to do agenda item number 7, Roman numeral 7 as well. But I'll entertain a motion to table superintendent's recommendations 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8 until our next meeting.
No, not 7. You said you wanted to
No,
keep 7.
2, 3, 4,
Different
5.
7, Ron.
Yeah.
Oh,
Roman numeral
Roman
7.
numeral 7.
Well, I'll entertain a
Yes, that's
motion
my motion.
to
Second.
motion made by Marge, second by Ryan to postpone superintendent's recommendations number 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8 until our November 13th meeting. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Okay, any discussion? All in favor of that?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, those items are postponed. I'm going to stop for a second because there's been a lot of chaos here tonight, and I want to make sure that there are a couple of things said, not because I like hearing myself talk, because I think I've talked this too much tonight, but for the sake of the public, there was a very long executive session that just ended, and during which we listened to some of our parents talk to us about issues that they are concerned with. And there was no action taken during the executive session, just some listening and some discussion regarding those incidents. If there are going to be any actions or things that take place from this point forward, they will be done going forward, and there'll be notice provided as to what that's going to be, and the parties of interest will all be notified of anything that's going to transpire. But there is not any action that's going to be taken on those issues tonight. I will say that I do want to thank publicly the parents and the children that came in to speak to us, because I think it had a major impact on the 9 of us sitting here, never mind the other adults that were in the room with them. There's a part of me that wants to apologize because I have my own parental issues, and I generally don't like bringing children into things like that. I think that comes from my family court experiences, and judges don't really like children in a courtroom, and that's really where I get it from. So I want to apologize for the initial reactions on my part to say that I didn't want the children there, but in the end it was actually someone who blamed me to have them there. So I want to thank you for putting up with my behavior when it came to that, and for bringing them with you. Now, having said that, I still have a lot of people, and I know we just shortened their agenda, but I have a lot of people who are looking to speak in public comment, and I guess I want to ask, instead of reading all of these, because I doubt they're all here, but is there anyone here that filled one of these out that still wishes to speak to us here in public comment? And can you just do me a favor and go to the podium and just state your name and identify who you are, and we'll go from there.
My name is Donna Ramos Raza, and I am Bethany Francis's mom and Bayla's grandmother. And I just want to say I have been very active in this community for many, many years. I serve on many boards. I've attended many council meetings. I've been to school committee meetings. And I have to say that I have never been at a meeting where someone in the audience is not recognized, and I just felt that the meeting did not allow people to talk, and if you had allowed people to talk appropriately, it might not have gotten as out of hand as it had. Just wanted to tell you that. I felt that it was, like for instance, you allowed the 2 attorneys to come up and speak, but you did not allow anyone in the audience to speak. So I just wanted to let you know that I really felt that was disrespectful to all of us that were sitting here. And I know Robert's Rules of Order. I know all of the fact that, you know, you have to be recognized. I shouted out because I had my hand out for like 10 minutes. So just wanted to make that point.
Thank you. Okay. Is there anyone else that wants to? Yes, Linda? We know who you are, but can you identify yourself anyway? Because they're...
I only have one grandchild left in the district. She's a senior in high school. I just wanted to make one comment. I've been coming to these meetings for a long, long time. And it's very interesting that all of you that we elected as a body spoke here tonight about the 400 staff members you needed to adhere your policy to, make your rulings about, and hear first. I never heard any of you speak about 36 some odd children, 36,100 some odd children that we elected you to protect. That's sad. Saddens my heart.
I said children.
You did. You said the words children, but did any of you address the issue that you not only had to protect your staff members, but you had to protect all of the students from anything else happening? That was not said by any of you as a whole, and you should be ashamed of yourselves.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? Please come to the podium and identify yourself for me. Sorry.
Hi, I'm Christopher Diaz. Basically, I moved here 20 years ago, went to Roger Williams, never left, became a good member of the society, fell in love with Bristol. But today that I saw that the union won out, not just to be sure, I'm a Democrat. Like, I've been voting Democrat all my life. And I was raised in Virginia. So I'm right outside DC. So I know what that is like. But to see what you guys protecting the unions instead of your children in this district is very, very disappointing. Very disappointing. I mean, I'm a union person. I help people form unions. I've done stuff to support unions. But this is a bad taste in my mouth. And I give to political actions. I give to political candidates. So you're losing somebody like me in these type of situations. I know some of you, actually, all of you actually done one of my closings of my houses that I've done here. So it's not like, and you want new people coming in, you want people coming into the town, Bristol and Warren, to make it vibrant, continue on. I fell in love with Bristol. I'm not from Bristol, I fell in love with Bristol. I've never left. So that's what I was very concerned about. You did not understand, talk about the kids. Yes, some of you said, and so it was great, but to take saying that the teachers have more rights than their students and their parents and their constituency here is kind of disappointing. I would like that to change, because I believe you all are good people. You all care. Because if you didn't care, you wouldn't be here. But to see that happen should be something to reflect on.
Thank you. I'm not looking to pick on you when I say this, but I don't believe you filled out one of these forms. Can you do it? Did you?
Christopher Diaz.
Did you? And I'll look for it, because I went quickly as you came up, and I maybe was...
Should be the last one, probably.
But thank you, Chris. Is there anyone else that... Still don't? You're right.
Can I just add something? I want to say I am very proud of the two parents who stuck this out today and came here to advocate for their children in what at some point seemed like really a hostile environment.
And thank you. I know that it's difficult, and I don't always know how to put it in words the right way, but, and I don't want to speak for all 9 members that are here, but I will tell you that many times it's a frustrating thing. I know it is for me when I run a meeting, that I have a set of rules that I'm supposed to follow, and I don't have the luxury of throwing the rules away and just saying I'm going to do it the way that I want to because I care about A more than I care about B. I have to follow the rules or there are ramifications for it. And while it may come across as if this body was cold or less attentive to what the needs of the children in this district are, I think that's a misinterpretation of their actions and the comments that were made, because I have worked with most of them for many years, with some of them for fewer years, but I can say without hesitation that there isn't anyone sitting at this table that doesn't truly care about the children in this district, and the children first, even before they're the children's own parent. They care about the kids, and they care about those things that are in the best interest of the children before they worry about some other things. So if that didn't come across, or if it came across wrong, then I'll apologize for me and for them for anything that they may have done or said that was not giving the right impression to anybody, because I can speak and say with total honesty that everyone of the 4 to my right and the 4 to my left truly do have compassion for the students who live here and all of the children that live here. So if we gave the wrong impression, I apologize. Is there anyone else who has anything else? Please, again, just...
I am Mark Diaz, a Bristol resident. I don't have any children in the school district at the moment. However, I'm just here to support the children that we do have, and it's vastly important. I just need to comment on your last comment on where you indicated how important it is to follow policies and procedures. I absolutely agree. I'm a strict proponent of following policies and procedures. However, the way that you portrayed much of your inclination to do so was inappropriate. There is no reason that your response to anyone here should be because I said so. That is appalling to me that you are speaking to parents that are highly concerned about their children and the treatment they have received in that manner.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, so moving on. We're coming to the consent agenda. On the consent agenda, one of the items on there I have a conflict with, so I'm going to recuse myself from that discussion and vote. But I want to remind everyone that the consent agenda are those items that have an asterisk on your agenda, and that we will accept them and approve them in one motion without any discussion further happening with it. So I'm going to recuse myself and turn this portion over to my vice chair.
Okay, so can I get a motion to approve the consent?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you, Ms. Schofield. The next item that we're looking to approve is Superintendent's Recommendation Number 6.
Recommendation S 2018-78, the school committee upon the recommendation of the superintendent supported by the Budget Facility Subcommittee accept the energy contract.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Mrs. McBride, seconded by Mr. O'Dell. Any discussion?
I know it's late, but I do this every time, and I feel it's important to do it again. Before we vote on it, if we could state for the record what it is that we're voting on, the contract that we're going to be voting on to approve.
Yes, we're voting to award, wow, I'm tired. Raquel, Direct Energy?
Yeah, Direct Energy.
We're voting to award our gas and electric contract to Direct Energy for, it's an 18-month contract. And that will put us back in a favorable place to bid next time, because bidding now isn't the easiest thing to do, number one. And number two, we used a lot of your tax dollars to put in energy saving equipment into our schools, and this will be the first year that we have the opportunity to see exactly how much we're going to save from that. And so we're going to stay with a fixed cost and recommend that the school committee stay with a fixed cost for 18 months, and then we'll make a decision in the spring of 2020 about what we will do next with our energy contract. So that's our recommendation from the budget subcommittee. Did I get that right?
Just one point of clarification that the negotiations will be broken through the Rhode Island School Committee Association. They'll be our broker to use direct energy as a supplier.
Did everybody hear that? Okay.
And I'm sorry, just, there were other options considered, including the possibility of hiring another consultant.
Well, we
And
looked
we
at
decided-
the possibility of a variable rate, much like a variable mortgage where you pay for your energy on the spot market. And we looked at having a broker manage our utility needs. But at this time, and in view of the fact that we do have everything on board now in the schools, we thought we should take a pause and see exactly where we were, so we had a baseline to start from in 18 months. So that was the reasoning behind our decision to go with direct energy, which is a fixed cost for 18 months instead of a variable one.
Thank you.
Any other comments, questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Moving on to agenda item Roman numeral 7. This was something that was part of the original executive session discussion. And we've gotten advice from our attorney, this is an action to retain an investigator, independent investigator, correct, to investigate some of the issues and complaints that have been brought by some of our parents. Everyone was informed that, is it safe to say, that the recommendation is to retain Matthew Oliverio to conduct those investigations. I'm looking for a motion to approve that recommendation.
Motion to approve, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Saviano, second by Mrs. McBride. Any discussion?
Just as a matter of clarification, this is to engage an investigator to look into some specific matters, not a general engagement, look into all matters, correct?
That's correct, just this,
Specific. Mr. O'Donnell, any question?
Mr. Chairman, if this is retaining by contract, and if so,
Would you prefer to hand?
I didn't hear the second part of it, retaining by contract, and if so, what was the second part, Bill?
if so, for how long?
So, as Adam pointed out, I think it's a finite period, whatever that period of time is, to conduct the investigation and generate a report. And yeah, lawyers have to work by contract, so there'd be a contract that would be set forth to you guys.
Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. That's approved. Moving on to subcommittee reports, budget facilities, board.
No, not at this time.
Policy, curriculum, Karen?
Our next meeting will be Monday, November 2nd. It's at 6 p.m. at the Oliver Administration Building. We are, November 5th. Sorry. That's okay. Monday, November 5th. It's always the first Monday of the month unless there's a holiday on that Monday, and then it's the Tuesday. So we are in the process of working on a crisis management procedures and communication policy, and looking at some outdated policies that relate to that policy. And we are looking at a policy that deals with assault, dangerous weapons, etc. in schools. So those are two things we'll be working on, and I'm sure others will be added before that date. And all are welcome. We really value your input if you ever can make it. Thank you.
Personnel contract negotiations, there's nothing really to report at this time. Wellness subcommittee,
The Health and Wellness Subcommittee had a meeting last Wednesday, sort of launched some programs and ideas for the year, talked about a number of things they'll be working on, such as creating a health and wellness page on the district website, and talking through some of the various programs that we have going on, one of which is a program on raising resilient children, which will be held on November 8th at Kikemewett Middle School Auditorium from 6:30 to 8, and I think there will be food and refreshments served starting at 6. And then our next Health and Wellness Subcommittee meeting is scheduled for December 12th at 4 p.m. at the Oliver Administration Building on State Street, and we don't have a set agenda for that just quite yet, but we'll be working it up in advance, and our subcommittee is open to anybody who would like to come and participate and help with putting together some health and wellness initiatives in our school and help spread the word about the health and wellness things that are already going on in the district. Thank you.
Last is the chairperson's initiatives, and underneath there is a discussion about our packets and information. I'm going to try and give you the short version of what the reason this is on the agenda. It's come to my attention that with all of the new safety protocols that we have with regard to technology in our district, that going forward, the way that our packets are disseminated, if they're not disseminated to everyone electronically through the Bristol Warren Regional School District email address that you have, we may not be secure. So we need to adjust that and do things differently, and I know that there are members of this committee who don't utilize that email address. There are multiple ways that our secretary is disseminating it to us right now, and we need to kind of solidify that in one fashion. Karen, if I'm missing anything, please let me know. So what I'm asking Karen to do is to, in essence, send a short poll to everyone and give them two options, one of which is going backwards and simply printing out a package for everyone, and the other one is to tell everyone the way that it would be done if it's not done with a printed package, and then we should really choose one of those two methods going forward so that we can streamline our process. Yes?
Mr. Chair, the only reason I'm one of those that don't have a school email, only because I have 5